damage as the stats go so low. And there you go, 1 kill in favor of Finesse. Solid wanting to get D as well, but D, we know, very tanky target who's stronger than 4 members or 5. That Lord without no contest at all from the side of Finesse Solid. What is happening to Finesse Solid though? We can see that Dale 0-3-2 at the moment. We've been seeing this Dale on the Harley getting ganked a lot on the top lane, or if not on the top lane, probably somewhere else in the map, wherein his almost most of the time, he's just left alone, all alone.
Yeah, Dale is actually not used to using Harley so far in the MPL Season 2. You'll mostly see him using the Alice. So far, he's used the hero 8 times in the league. And second to that, he would rather favor the Claude or the Kagura. But it's kind of weird that they didn't pick up Kagura in favor. So we're now seeing the Harley here, and there's a pickup from the third from Cignal Ultra.
Yes.
It looks like they will be maintaining the pressure here, and Finesse Solid is at the ropes.
Yes, all of the lanes are being pressured right now by Cignal Ultra on the top lane. There goes the Lord. Bottom lane, there goes the Thomas. And rotating the mid as well as top lane are the rest of the members of Cignal Ultra. Now, what is the winning potential still? Oh, there we go. Hold up to the top as Lex actually uses his ultimate. Oh, there we go. Fight ongoing at the moment.
And Cignal Ultra will be just maintaining the pressure here. Dale falls to Yaku here, and the Lord is still standing up and running. And the Steed gets called out defensively, as well as the Levi just gets zoned out of there. No tanks in this team fight on the side of Solid Finesse Solid. Boo will be next focused down as he just puts up the shield and retreats to the safety of the Nexus. But so far, Lex, he will be trying to retaliate here, but he will be surrounded by all members of Cignal Ultra. 2 members remaining alive, 1 member remaining alive, and that's the Nexus. That's game 1, going to Cignal Ultra.
That was an easy game 1 for this best of 3 match between Cignal Ultra and Finesse Solid. How many minutes was that? I think it was just less than 10 minutes. Game time, we can't see it here. But there we go. Few having that 3-2-9, our MVP for this game. But you can see that I was actually worried about about Yako on that Claude a while ago, because early game time he didn't get a lot of kills, but instead getting fed by Finesse Solid. But mid to late game time, he catches up.
Yeah, Finesse managed to just get on to the check on Yaku, so since they recognize the Claude. But at the same time, Cignal Ultra, they managed to just adjust themselves pretty well as they went on into the middle game. So they managed to just set up a protection onto that Claude, and then that actually translated the win for them.
Yes, and we saw a while ago, I think, mispositions by the Harley as well. On the side of Finesse Solid, he got ganked. I mean, I don't think all of the deaths are almost ganked. The reason why this Harley getting the deaths on the early game time up to the late game time until the game finishes. So I think, well, okay, let's have a look at the replays in here, the recaps, the highlights.
Yeah, this one's the first team fight here, so Tets is just on point on that defensive Hurricane dances. But at the same time, Lex is also on point on his support play as well. But Boo just gets managed to just lose his position there. That's the first moment that happened, and it just kept on repeating on the Lolita. Remember, Lolita only has 1 dash, and he has a tough to execute ultimate. So positioning on that hero is really key to success here. And Cignal Ultra, they just exploited that. Tets with just a very good Hurricane dances here, as well as Yaku just going online here in the 7-minute mark, and actually that started the closing of the timing window of Finesse Solid from winning the game.
Early game time, you can see Finesse Solid playing very aggressively. I remember in one interviews, one of the members of Finesse Solid, Lex, their play style is really the aggressive type. So they actually always makes use of it, and we can actually see it on their match against Cignal Ultra. Unfortunately, this aggressiveness didn't pay that much, as sometimes it actually leads them to a potential death or a loss in a team fight.
Yeah, I think it got to them during the draft. Like, they lost control of the Akai and Cho. They lost that to Cignal Ultra, and they were left with no choice but Lolita. Kaya was banned out, so that left with Lex and Boo with non-comfort heroes. So I think that dictated a lot in terms of how Finesse Solid played out this game.
And there you go, we can see left alone in here was Boo. Lex, going back alive, but unfortunately will go back alive just to go die once again on this last part of the clash, wherein Cignal Ultra easily took away the win. Our MVP of the game is Few on the Selena with KDA of 3-2-9.
Yeah, all that because of all of the accurate arrows that we all saw one arrow hits and it chaos just ensues, and it's usually to the favor of Cignal Ultra.
He was actually spamming it at almost all of the time to actually do a preemptive strike against your opponent, which is actually okay. I mean, you always would love to check the bushes, especially if there might be, some opponents hiding on those parts of the map. And I think that paid off so far as one of their strategies.
And paid off it is. Cignal Ultra now ahead 1-0. Finesse Solid, they are looking shaky so far here. Actually, I think Cignal Ultra has been playing the draft game really smart here. I'm expecting in game number 2, Finesse Solid will want to get that Akai Cho pick up on the first 2 picks. Cignal Ultra, they have the control of the first pick, so they won't be managing to touch that Akai Cho duo away from Finesse.
If you can remember, it's Cignal Ultra who actually banned out the Kaya.
Yeah.
On the drafting phase of our round 1. I wonder now if they would actually do that now that they have moved on to the right side of. They will be exchanging positions now that they'll be the second pick. But anyway, guys, to those who just tuned in onto our live stream, we have automatically banned heroes on our list. It's actually Mincithar, Lunox, Hanzo, as well as Grok. So why are these heroes banned? Well, Mincithar and Hanzo, they're actually new heroes. Probably it might cause imbalance in the game. And of course, Lunox, Grok, unfortunately, there are some issues on this hero. So it may cause additional imbalance in the game as well. Just like what Rockhart mentioned a while ago, banning these heroes, especially in particular Grok, it actually changed the ecosystem of our hero pools at the moment.
Yeah, it actually changed the entire metagame right now. So the teams that are favoring Grok is actually largely affected here, especially EJ on either main. But right now it's Cignal Ultra versus Finesse Solid. Looks like the bans played out normally, and it will be Gushan and Leomord banned out by Finesse, and Harith and Claude, of course, from the red side, Cignal Ultra banning those out.
Yes, and first time I'll be seeing Alice once again. Nice play here on by banning out the Gushan. It actually allowed them to pick the Alice. We know that the Alice is one of the mages that is not the squishy type. We know that she's a mage, but she has a lot of sustain in her kit that allows her to actually dive into team fights by just regenerating HP.
Yeah, and they'll be more than happy. Actually, he will be the happiest right now to just pick up this Alice. Throughout the entire league, Alice is picked most by this player. So in the previous game, it got banned out. He had to settle for a Harley, which was actually pretty weird for a pickup for him. And looks like they got also the Kaya and the Akai.
Yeah. Thinking about the possible kind of setup or initiation they could do in here. I don't know. I don't feel like Akai and Kaya click that much. I don't know how they're gonna set it up, but let's just see. Meanwhile, on the side of Cignal Ultra, few actually getting this Cho, and Yako getting the Thamos once again. We know that the Yako has really good Thamos plays, and I wonder if it actually can see it again. And marksman lineup early on by Cignal Ultra. Probably this is to counter the Alice.
Yeah, Kari will be mainly trying to just burst down the Alice before he managed to just blink out and get into a proper position to do a massive life drain. And looks like they only have the Cho and the Thamos here. Oh, an Aurora pickup as well.
Oh, one cheesy pick once again. 2 mage setup for the side of Cignal Ultra. Now with this kind of lineup on the side of Cignal Ultra, they definitely will have to protect this Aurora. I mean, this hero is in Mobile Legends, but she's not that mobile, and a lot of protection and attention has to be given onto this hero.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic. Cignal Ultra doesn't really have that many tanking options here. Cho only has limited CC control, and Thamos also not really well known for tanking. So
he's more of a fighter that can dish more damage. Yes, you could put some tanky gears, but as a tank, he's not really someone that could do frontline.
So Cignal Ultra, their draft looking very vulnerable. Actually,
right, indeed.
I'm actually favoring Finesse Solid for game number 2.
Yeah, same. They got the Alice as well. They got the Kaya. I like these picks, although I'm not really liking the combo of Akai and Kaya, but with the Alice, they have a lot of sustain.
Yeah, a lot of sustain indeed. and also the Lancelot will have been picked up by Carl. That's his second most used hero so far in the league. And now we're going into the game. Let's find out who will be taking this one.
Yes, again, on the blue side is Finesse Solid, and on the right side, it's Cignal Ultra.
Oh, this one is interesting. It's the Mortis being fielded to the middle lane. I think this is just temporary. As I think they just want the Alice to just get the crab gold, I think.
Probably it could be a possible strategy that they wanted to do. But I think they really want the Alice to get a protection in the bottom lane as well, because the turtle is on the bottom lane side as well, and this could be an easy rotation for the Alice as well as the Martis to actually do a backup in case they would opt for a kill on the turtle.
Yeah, that makes sense, as Alice is heavily reliant on just having a really stable early game. Alice wants to stay in that lane, just picking up blood orbs just so it could boost its HP as well as the stats once it reaches like 60 blood orbs. But right now there's a small team fight here, there's a contestant on this crab gold. Gets picked up by Cignal Ultra.
Yes, they will just be disengaging on that one. They're trying to not play too risky at this early game time, now that it seems like they want to get more gears at the moment. But we can see here, rotation in the middle lane. We're not seeing that in the camera right now, but you know.
Yeah, it might just get out the Mortis out of the lane.
Yeah.
So this provides absolute dominance for few. His Harley will be looking to be real scary as we approach the middle game.
It's here though, quite passive at the moment, minding their own jungles, minding their own business at the moment, minding their own buffs even at the moment. But rotation-wise though, aggressive play at the moment. I can see it on the side of Cignal Ultra, wherein Thamus is actually rotating. Is it all alone in the bottom lane? Yes, it is! And is it diving in? It's gonna be very risky, I guess. But here, we can see D actually getting killed easily by 3 members of Finesse Solid right over there on the top lane.
Yeah, the lack of evasion as well as the mobility of Aurora just showing right there. Just gets surrounded by 3, and it was an easy pickoff for Finesse Solid. And right now, the level 1 turtle has just spawned the Cignal Ultra. They will be looking to just start this one.
But getting caught by the Akai, and he will die easily. Meanwhile, who's gonna contest? Who's gonna get the last hit on this turtle? First turtle of the game right now, as Boo actually tries to zone out the rest of my members. Finesse Solid will actually secure the first turtle of the game.
Wow, Finesse Solid was just more than happy to take that turtle served on a silver platter. And right now, Tets will be trying to just scare away Boo and Carl, but he drops to the 50% health level.
And there you go. You can see here everyone else right now. It's Finesse Solid actually waiting for the right moment to actually probably catch this Tisania out. 3 members were actually sent here in the bottom lane. I wonder if they will successfully actually get this Tisania on the Thamus, or will they basically just cut creeps in here? But that's actually rotating in here. Who's gonna get the pull? Getting pulled in here by the Kaya. Divine Judgment. No! Oh no, wait. That's why did you go back in there?
Yeah, that Shunpo out almost managed to save him. But now they're shifting their attention back to the Disania. So Disania, he has to go back to the protection of the turret. And so far, they have to concede grab gold for now. And Finesse Solid just keeping tabs on this bottom turret. At the same time, Finesse Solid, they want to take this crab gold at the top area. Yaku just can't do anything about it. He just stares that down. And then, looks like Harley is already doing some positioning here. He's with D here. They're trying to find a pickup. But Lex and Boo is at the other side of the bush. Also thinking the same. Here comes the initiation. Misses few barely. Poker Chicken escapes out. And D gets picked off by Carl.
This is what we're talking about. They really have to be very attentive onto that positioning of the Aurora. This is one squishy target. Plus this Aurora doesn't have the mobility at all to actually escape from any potential crowd control that may come out from the side of Finesse Solid. Look at the score right now. It's 4-0 at the moment in favor of Finesse Solid. What is, Cignal Ultra gonna do? They possibly can have to make this Yaku go online, but another Divine Judgment in here coming up from the Kaya, though this is one quite tanky target, the Disania on the Thamus.
Yeah, the lack of the presence of Alice there. Alice just a little bit too far to have the follow-up damage. But Finesse Solid, they're trying to find more pickups at the top lane, as well as trying to just move further into this middle lane. D, yeah, of course, he's already 0-2, not looking too good for an Aurora.
Not really looking too good. 0-0. You doesn't want to become the the food of your opponent. Definitely. Is this gonna if they lose here, they don't have to pick Aurora once again. They have to stop doing that.
Yeah, Cignal Ultra just managed to drop the ball on this draft. But it will be really exciting on how they will manage to come back here. It looks like actions are being taken here. That is now initiating an assault here, and he will find Boo and Levi just taking out the turret here. They managed to just jump onto Boo, but doesn't really commit.
Yeah, they weren't really commit as they lost a turret in that part of the map at the moment. But our second turret of the game is available. You know, it's gonna be a waste if no one actually gets that. Anytime soon it can turn into alert. But that's though getting caught. Getting caught as we speak right now has to be flickering out. Will he survive though? But with the damage from the Lancelot, he will die.
Yeah, Carl just dishing out damage from that Thorn Rose. And right now, Finesse Solid shifts their attention to the level, to the second turtle. The Alice is in position. He might go for the blink. He doesn't really commit. That's a lot of hesitation coming out from Cignal Ultra. And they are looking to be crumbling in this game.
Yeah, so we can see a pressure from the side of Finesse Solid in the top lane as they took away one turret right over there. But is this alright that the Alice is actually all alone in the bottom lane against a Thanos? I wonder though. But rather than, well, probably that's fine, but rather than the Aurora actually rotating all alone without any protection at all, look at that. I think this is one mistake that Cignal Ultra is actually doing right now, leaving these two mages left all alone with no protection at all. Well, this is a thing to do. Definitely the Cho has to protect these two mages, but it's going to be hard work. Two mages to protect, man.
Yeah, I think, but I think they are not worried that much with D having two deaths over there. Actually, D is more known on a support role. Remember, his main heroes is actually a Cho and a Grok, and there's a kill going towards Few, and that's a pick off onto Dale. That's the first death on that Alice, and four-man gang from Cignal Ultra with also taking the turret there. Carl is just waiting in the bush.
Looks like we have an exchange of objectives in here as one turret has been taken away from Finesse Solid and Finesse Solid taking away one turret from Cignal Ultra right over there in the middle lane. But map control, you can see both of the teams are actually freely rotating over the map at the moment wherever they want to go. But, you know, it will still boil on to who's going to get the better objective or the better rotation, as we can see who's making the tempo of the game. It seems like one of them tries to, but Finesse Solid seems like to be winning in terms of making their opponents dance up to their tempo.
Yeah, right now, Finesse Solid does have the control on the game. They have the reins of the horse. Cignal Ultra, they are at their back foot. But right now, I think Few will be the one who will be carrying here this one. But Tats will be finding two here, Lex and Boo. Will they be going for the chase? And looks like that won't be the case. They will be prioritizing this turret first. There's the backup from Cignal Ultra. Four of them is trying to just position themselves properly there, but that's a little bit too late as the turret falls.
Yeah, I really like how Finesse Solid is focusing now on the objectives rather than getting more kills. Yes, they got kills, but you can see how they are also focused on getting objectives. They got 3 turrets away from Cignal Ultra now, but you know what? As the time passes by, they have to be very careful, or they have to get scared. They have to be scared against this Yako on the...
on the carry.
On the carry, yes. And it's no deaths at all for that carry. No kills, and it's fine. Probably he's just farming all as much as he can, and probably mid to late game time, then there he goes online.
Yeah, I can see your point, Kayasaya, but Yaku and Few, they have this only limited timing window on when they can go online. They have to do it as fast as they can, and this is already the first lord of the game. If they still manage to lose this one, it will be really scary for them, and I don't think a Harley and a carry would do much against a fully farmed this 5-man composition of Finesse Solid, which is just looking to be forming into a death ball already.
Yeah, you do have a point, especially now that just on the drafting phase, we know that there's just one tank that can potentially protect all of the carries that Cignal Ultra has. We know it's just Job, and who else? We know that Isania on the Thama is not really the tanky type. Let's take a look at the gears. We can see there is a Bloodlust Ask and a Warrior Boots, and unfortunately these are not enough to actually, you know, provide some damage for your team. But there we go, a pull coming up from the Kaya, and Isenia looks like will disappear anytime soon in the map, just like that. And 2 more casualties on the side of Cignal Ultra, plus an objective and a double kill. There you go. But Boo though trying to back away. Unfortunately, he will get killed by that carry.
Yeah, but Finesse Solid just drove a truck right through the wall of Cignal Ultra. They're taking out a lot of their players, and now Finesse Solid is just rampaging inside their base. Tet is just desperately trying to defend along with Yaku, but looks like they will be focusing on this Nexus, and this is a 1-1.
1-1. This is the first 1-1 of the game from all of the two other series that we have casted for this week 6 of the MPL Season 2 regular season.
And the draft just said it. And Cignal Ultra, they just came out with the less planned out draft here. They got stuck with who to pick for D. D lost both Cho, and Grok is not in the game. So he was stuck with any hero that he just felt comfortable.
I know. I was actually wondering if this actually, like, did he disconnect in the game? But, you know, I mean, our organizers will do something about that if in case someone actually gets disconnected. But we know that D is a Cho user, right? But what actually happened? Are they trying out new types of, like, heroes or roles for each of their members?
Yeah, D currently only has 2 comfort heroes, Cho and Grok. And Cho got
auto banned.
So he has no choice. So his teammates just had to salvage the situation, just pick out what's the best hero in the situation they believe, which their hunch told them it was the Aurora, but sadly it didn't turn out right for them.
Sadly, it didn't work out for the lineup that Finesse Solid has. Once again, guys, to those who just tuned in on our stream, we have automatically banned heroes. We got on the list Minsithar, Lunox, Hanzo, and Grok. Reason why these heroes are banned is that Minsithar in particular as well as Hanzo are new heroes, while Lunox and Grok has some issues on their, on these heroes, and this might potentially give an imbalance in the gameplay of our tournament.
Yeah, and you just saw game number 2 between Cignal Ultra and Finesse Solid, and it will be going to a game number 3. And for those who just tuned in, this is the Mobile Legends Pro League Season 2 Road to Nationals, and it is supported by our legendary sponsor, Smart.
Yes.
And we're just waiting for the next draft of the game.
Anytime soon. But guys, do mark your calendars because the grand finals is going to happen at the Ayala Mall Circuit. That's in Makati, and that's going to happen at January 12 and 13.
Yeah, mark off those dates. Make sure you have your leaves and make sure you can attend so you don't miss the top of the line legendary Mobile Legends action come of the finals.
Meanwhile, we got some replays in here from the round 2 match between Finesse Solid as well as Cignal Ultra. We can see here easy contest on the Turtle as well as probably in the Lord. A lot of objectives were in the hands of Finesse Solid, and Cignal Ultra actually wasn't able to work on it, actually trying to take a risk on wanting to get a last seat on the Turtle or on the Lord.
Yeah, just not having his comfort hero just affected a lot on the gameplay of Cignal Ultra. We know that Cignal Ultra is one of the top 4 teams arguably in the country right now, but this lack of Grok in the hero pool just meant a lot to them, and they just can't touch Finesse Solid in this game number 2. All throughout the game, Finesse Solid, they were just playing on their tune.
And this is a time when Finesse Solid actually put an end easily. They focused fire on the throne right away of that Cignal Ultra, and they really wanted to get the win on this round 2 match. And we got this MVP. It's Levi on the Martis 204.
Yeah, no, that's on that game, and we actually saw a lot of team play oriented plays there. It's not really Martis carrying the game. It was more on Finesse Solid as a team just taking control, exploiting the fact that it's practically a 5v4 situation without
By the way,
D on the
can you
picture.
see my logo right over there? It says Kaisaya on the left sleeve. Well,
Oh, really?
just want to mention that. Just in case you guys didn't notice. Well, anyway, this Finesse Solid, one of the themes that just sprouted this season 2 of Mobile Legends Bang Bang and for the MPL. And we didn't see them last season 1. And actually, I'm really happy to see a lot of new teams that wanting to join this MPL.
Yeah, and Finesse Solid just managed to prove that they are starting to knock on that door of the tier 1 teams, which include Brand, Execration, and this one, Cignal Ultra right now, which we are currently witnessing. And Finesse Solid, they just might take it 2-1.
And shout out, of course, to our viewers right now. I just want to greet them and appreciate all you guys watching and, of course, sharing the live stream right now. Shout outs to Michael Makasinag, Andren Cabalagnan, Jake Alberto, Robert John Ulep, Bautista Harley. Thank you guys for watching, and of course for supporting MPL Season 2 regular season again. When's gonna be our grand finals?
It's
There
on.
you go.
It's on January 12 to 13, and it'll happen at Ayala Mall Circuit.
Yes.
I was caught off guard slightly there, and it looks like we'll be going to the draft.
Yes, let's head on to the draft. I know you guys are eagerly waiting for this one. This is the do or die match. This is the last round. Round 3, 1-1 for both of the teams. Finesse Solid on the left side as they secure the previous win, and Cignal Ultra on the right side. I think no, did they exchange positions?
It looks
I
like
can't
Finesse
remember.
Solid
Yeah,
will
they
be
did.
staying on the blue side.
Yep, you did.
Cignal Ultra looks like this is bad news for them. They will be drafting to the red side, and we know what happened over there. Oh, looks like Alice is still open, as Kaya is the band of choice for Cignal.
And Cho as well is open as well. And oh my goodness, Claude and actually a lot of potential heroes in here. It's just a matter of gonna be their decision making. Are gonna do a combo? Will they get an Akai together with this Yako? And there you go, an Akai and Cho combo. They usually would pick this up. This is a good combo so far for Cignal Ultra.
Oh, it looks like Cignal Ultra. They have the draft is looking favorable to them right now. The Claude, even though it's one of the most banned heroes so far in the league, it's not actually unbeatable, and it looks like, are we going to see a Jawhead?
Is this gonna be a Jawhead?
Oh no, it's not.
We haven't been seeing Jawhead. In case they pick that out, I'm gonna be very surprised. We haven't been seeing this Jawhead. This one got nerfed, and I don't know how they're gonna pull this off in case they pick that. But of course, they're just giving us some excitement in here as they actually would decided to pick. They have decided to pick the Thamus instead.
All right, so both heroes just looking to just draft what they can at this point. Cignal Ultra just manages to have the more balanced one so far. They have 2 CCs and 2 huge damage dealers in their team. Well, Finesse Solid, they're still lacking in terms of, I guess, CC and durability,
Yeah.
and it'll be the Hylos pickup on them.
I agree on your point on that. So far, if they're gonna be lacking this, oops, okay, I would prefer the Lolita. I've been wanting to say that. Now that you're locking in, there you go. 2 CCs for the side of Finesse Solid. Meanwhile, a lot of CCs so far on the side of Cignal Ultra, just like what you have mentioned, Zendex. We got the Selena as well as the Akai as well as the Cho providing CZ for their side. Oh wait,
No, you can't use
cannot
that.
pick that. You cannot.
You can't use that.
You cannot, man. They're just showing it off. Probably they knew. Probably they knew.
Yeah, D must be really annoyed to not have that Grok in the game.
I know, right? As well as the Cho that there you go. He got the Cho.
Oh, he got the
finally.
Cho. Thought he was passing that to Tets, but
Same.
Tets would really prefer the Akai.
Now I think so far Cignal Ultra got their their comfort heroes so
Yeah,
far.
actually both. Finesse Solid actually is missing out a lot of their heroes
Oh
here.
no.
So this draft will be favoring hugely Cignal Ultra when it comes to how they would just approach normal standard play. Finesse Solid, can they do the upset?
Can they do the upset? But meanwhile, let's have a recap on the lineup of both of the teams. For Finesse Solid, we have here Lolita, Hylos, Harley, Claude, and Thamus.
In Cignal Ultra, they have the Akai, Selena, Cho, Helcurt, and Lancelot.
There you go. Okay. Lineup wise, which lineup are you going to be vouching for?
I'm going for Cignal.
Cignal as well for me. I mean, I like their Cho and Akai picks in there. Just, sometimes you have to give respect on the tanks and supporting your composition.
Yeah, so far statistically, the team that picks up both Akai and Cho has the higher chance of winning, as those two is the safest pickups when it comes to the draft. It actually beat a lineup of Liam, Ward, Claude, and Alice in another actually, it was last week in MPL.
Wow.
When I think it was Execration.
Was it?
It was against Bren. It was Cignal versus Bren. Cignal picked up the Cho and the Akai, like what he saw now,
Yeah.
and Bren just went for the Alice, Claude, and Leomord, all tier 1 picks.
And I think we're ready onto our battlefield to see this do or die match between Finesse versus Cignal. As you can see here, early phase check by both of the teams in the bottom lane as well as in the middle lane as well.
Yeah, both teams opting for a 2-2-1 laning scheme here. Yako will be on Helcurt. We saw his streaming recently, and he's just been awesome with these kinds of heroes.
And yes, it's kind of passive at this 1 minute game time at the moment. They have to play safe a little bit. They have to make sure they will do the correct decision making in terms of will they go for a team fight now or will they wait for them, you know, to get more gears before going for a team fight. But it looks like we have a positioning happening here in the bottom lane where in their Cignal Ultras actually wanting to get the crab.
Yes, it will go to the Selena indeed. And Finesse Solid, they are going to group up here. Or will they go for a 4-man rotation soon on Hellcurt? Looks like it won't be that won't be the case as all the players resume their normal lanes here.
Oh,
Lex
in the
gets
middle
caught
lane,
here.
though, we can see a 2v2 fight ongoing. Carl freely hitting, but of course, this is our early game time. Not much damage to do against their opponents. Meanwhile, on the top lane too, pressure in here from the Akai as well as the Lancelot on that Thamus. But because not much damage at the early game time, and nothing can be dealt with.
Yeah, but a lot of players has now hit level 4. And here comes Turtle. Yaku will be focused down here by Dale and Boo. He will be flickering out.
And there you go. Yes, safety indeed. And there you go, early Turtle now for Cignal Ultra. But of course, Finesse knows that. They got a Claude in here, they could potentially last hit that, but is there enough damage? The question is, looks like they will be giving away that freely for Cignal Ultra.
It's going to be hard to approach a 4-man team with just two apiece. But now Lex just almost gets caught by D.
And there you go on the top lane, though pressure cutting creeps in there are members of Finesse Solid, and they were actually successful. You can see here both of the teams appears to be like rotating too much. Now that they lock in Boo in here, 2 members gagging him, make it 3, flickering out under turret.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the casualty is going to be the members of Cignal Ultra, or rather Finesse Solid. Cignal Ultra, sorry.
That clutch dash out from Boo just managed to just turn it around, but Carl will be paying for his life as he overextends in the middle lane. But let's go back to Boo. That dash was just on point. He was almost to die, but he managed to just reposition himself and connect the Numenon Blast.
Oh yeah, and while that is happening, after 2 kills in favor of Finesse Solid, you can see her in the bottom lane really getting an objective. Is that Claude with too much DPS to easily take down turrets in the bottom lane. I think Cignal Ultra has to be very mindful in this one as Finesse Dale is actually snowballing.
Yeah, Cignal Ultra, they're not aware of the Claude, so they need to keep this Claude in mind. They won't want to leave Dale left in the kitchen and he will just come out all fat and farmed up.
Yes, indeed. But we can see her hiding in the bushes or members of Finesse Solid, one waiting for the right time to actually potentially gank this Desenia, but probably Desenia knows that someone's actually waiting there in the bushes. That's why he's, you know, going farther away from that bushes. You know what? One of the scariest lane is the middle lane, wherein there might be potential. They're holding on to that thought. You can see Yaku though getting ganked under the turret though, but that will allow Finesse Solid to actually cut creeps. But you know, luckily still he's actually safe. Back and away.
Dale will be chased by D and Pets here as Dale goes into enemy territory, gets kicked by D there, and looks like that will be lights out for Dale soon enough as Few finishes him off with a Thorn Drills, but that's a kill actually going to the Cho.
Yeah, there are 4 members in there, not going to survive at all, especially if you're a squishy target. Even if you have damage, with 4 members that has a lot of sustain, definitely you won't survive. But meanwhile, in the middle lane, we can see a 2v2 ongoing. Carl, though, trying to dash away, but it seems getting still caught up by D, and he will die, though. D trying to back away still, and he'll go to safety.
Yeah, looks like Cignal Ultra has just managed to just picked up the pace as they take out Carl, and they have also started checking on Dale. So Finesse Solid, they have to look after their mages as they proceed further into the game. So Cignal Ultra, they also take the turtle, and they will be going back to Dale here. They want to take him out. They want to remove him from the equation. But Finesse Solid, they just maintain the pressure on the top turret. Dale, just on point, mirror images out from that bush.
Yes, and of course, they're gonna give away this this turret in the bottom lane now. Anyway, there was an exchange of objectives in there on the top as well as in the bottom lane, but still, Dale has to be very careful with 4 members, or rather 3 members of Cignal Ultra trying to gank him. This could potentially lead into a dive, but meanwhile in the middle lane, though, D is going to die in the hands of that Thamus. This is again an easy turret in the middle lane in favor of Finesse Solid, who's gonna push first. Oh no, decision making, man. Ultimate Solid coming up
Yaku!
from the Yaku, though Yaku is going to die in the hands of 4 members of Finesse Solid, and no answer at all by the members of Cignal Ultra.
But here comes the retaliation from Cignal Ultra. Finally, all the teammates has arrived in the scene. They managed to take out Carl in the hands of Few. Boo will be following here. Lex will also follow. And Boo, he manages just to escape there, but that is a 3-4-1 trade in favor of Cignal Ultra.
You have to notice that Dale's actually not yet joining any clashes. More if it actually joins this, I mean, there's still a chance for Finesse Solid, but now we can see tables have been turning around. It's going in favor of Cignal Ultra at this particular moment in time we're in. Oh, hold on to that thought, as we can see Boo trying to back away, but however, no survivability at all for that Boo.
D just finding Boo in that enemy territory, and Boo just falling in the hands of all 4 members of Cignal Ultra, and D looks like just having his stance on the show, just manage him to just get him back into the series.
Yeah, but we can see now the Hellcurt though is doing a side lane push on the top lane. But
Lord,
probably the
resurrecting
Thamus have
soon.
noticed that, so he will be defending the tier 1 turn in the top lane, and that's really one thing that I have to do as a professional player. Map awareness is one of the keys as well.
Yeah, map awareness. The map isn't that big, but you still have to pay attention to it. Now Cignal Ultra, they're trying to secure their positions in this Lord spawn here, but I doubt that they will be taking this in the next few moments. They're trying to find some kills here. They're trying to set up a bait, but Lex and Boo just also thinking the same.
You know what? Whoever wins this potential fight that might happen could potentially get the first Lord of the game as well. So let's see who's going to, you know, win or lose. But do take note, the Claude is actually very far away from this, you know, grouping up together of both of the teams. They are on top together with the Hellcurt. Oh,
But
looks
now
like
they got engaged here.
having an
Dale, they will get a
engagement.
kill on Yaku. No, Yaku manages to escape. That was a really close call.
man.
And Dale, he will be continuing to just safely farm there for the rest of his time. He will just take his sweet time, but Finesse Solid, they'll be trying to find a pick-off here. Cignal Ultra just managed to get to hide in the bush. So Finesse Solid, just a slight hesitation there. D goes for initiation, but doesn't find anyone. Just barely misses Boo.
You can also see how Finesse Solid is actually not really letting Cignal Ultra even do a single damage onto their tier 1 turret on the top lane. They actually sent the Claude in there. Probably they knew that you know, Finesse Carl and Finesse Levi and the Thamus as well as the Harley could do the damage in favor of them. And there you go, fight ongoing now as Carl gets caught by the members of Cignal Ultra, and there you go, fight ongoing.
Yeah, 3v3 here in the jungle area of Finesse Solid. Looks like they will be disengaged. Not a lot of heroes falling down there, and now the Hellcurt will be rejoining his team as they want to take down this Lord under the noses of Finesse Solid. Lex, he's keeping an eye out. He will be joined by Boo. The Thamus is also taking position. There's only a few HP left in the Lord, and Hellcurt takes the last life. Silence connects onto Levi, and Levi will be falling down onto all 5 members of Cignal Ultra.
And there you go, they got the Lord plus they got a kill. That's going to be definitely, that's going to give them a boost of a gold lead in here a little bit though, but it matters a lot. Now that the Lord is walking towards the bottom lane, this will allow them to actually, you know, push or put a little bit pressure on the bottom lane, wherein they could actually multitask, like the Hellcurt doing a segue push on the top lane, and the rest of the members doing a clearing of the wave on the middle lane as well now.
And that's what Cignal Ultra is doing right now. They will be taking over control of the entire map as they clear all the jungle monsters here and pave the way for their Lord. They're also waiting for their ultimates to reset, and they will be looking to find a re-engage. They have a 5k gold lead so far, and Finesse Solid isn't looking too good here to just take this engagement. Cignal Ultra, they're trying to force this situation here as Lord marches down towards the bottom turret. Tets, will he go for the initiation? Looks like he can soon enough, and Lex, he lays down the glorious path, but no follow-ups there. Lord, only a few HP left. Nominal Blast connects on Tets and Few, and Tets still alive. Dark Knight Falls connects. D, he's stuck in another wall, but just manages to escape, jumps over the fence, and that's a disengage and an easy turret going to the direction of Cignal Ultra.
It's great that they're getting a lot of objectives. Even even though the Lord died early on, they got, I think, 2 turrets, or was it 3? They got a lot of objectives after that Lord take, and that's giving them a lot of lead at the moment. But we're not saying that this is gonna be the end for Finesse Solid. Remember, they got a Claude. If this really hits from the back lane, there's still a chance for Finesse Solid.
Yeah, but Cignal Ultra just having that game sense and keeping an eye on that Claude. The Claude has not managed to dictate a result of the fight so far, and it looks like it's Yaku and Desenia just dictating all the results here. And Tets is just leading that front. An initiation from Tets and a follow-up from his teammates is just putting Finesse Solid in a hard position.
And there we go. Now this is a waiting game. This is not a waiting game wherein, you know, 3 turrets are left for the side of Finesse Solid. They have to find the proper initiation, or they have to wait for Cignal Ultra to initiate a fight right near their base. And the question is, will there be proper positioning for Finesse Solid wherein they could potentially protect their damagers like the Harley as well, especially the Claude that can, you know, deal and carry them by the end of the game. We can see that the Claude still has 0-1-0 score KDA, but you know what, late game time, there's still a chance.
Yeah, but it'll be hard. Like 3 players of Finesse Solid just hit the 6K net worth here, while so far Cignal Ultra, they're now approaching 8K on their 3 cores. And looks like D, will he find an initiation? Looks like Cignal Ultra, they are poised to just do the siege here, or they just might starve Finesse Solid out of the gold from the rest of the map. 1 minute left, 52 seconds to be exact on that second Lord. Lancelot just goes back to the minion wave in the bottom lane as Cignal Ultra just maintains this containment. Finesse Solid, they have no choices here but just to sit on their butts.
And there you go, waiting game still is happening at the moment, wherein still the pressure is coming from the side of Cignal Ultra. You can see the patience of Finesse Solid as well. They don't mind if they're just waiting starting bases at the moment, for as long as they can still protect it and that their inhibitor turrets are all still intact and alive. They still have a chance, they knew. But you know, it's 15 seconds away from getting seeing the second Lord of the game, and if Cignal Ultra secures this is gonna give their creep wave, you know, higher damage, and of course it will make their creeps grow stronger.
Oh, arrow hits,
oh,
but no commitments, and just a space escape from Carl there, but the Lord has been spawned. Looks like it's only few just wailing down on the Lord. I don't think he can do this alone in a quick manner.
But this is a very squishy Lord though. There's a possibility that he can actually take it. The hardest Lord, but there we go. We can see an ultimate cameo from the Hylas though. Is this a proper positioning though? But Carl getting caught by the members of Cignal Ultra. Easy kill here. Less 1 damager for the side of Finesse Solid though. Where's the Claude? But you can see the Hellguard on the top lane doing a segue push. Looks like he's focus firing the throne, and looks like this is gonna be the end, or will it be not? Will it be? That is the question though, as he get caught on the wall.
Oh, Yaku!
And Yaku though looks like he's gonna die in the hands of that Samus.
Yeah, so that was a nice cheeky play from Yaku there, but it got found out by Finesse Solid pretty quickly. But Desenia just wreaking havoc here, and Levi, he is forced to retreat as Desenia, D and Fio is still here just trying to take down this turret. Turret falls. It's only Boo and Levi left on the side of Finesse Solid. Can they do the defense here? But Desenia just looking to be more than capable to do this, but he gets caught off the guard. 3-on-1, and Carl finishes Levi off, finishes the Selena off the map. And Finesse Solid, they don't have any turrets left. They only have the Nexus, and they're still the level 2 Lord. This is still up in the air, but Cignal Ultra, they are in a better position here to take the game.
Oh man, all bare now is the base of Finesse Solid. They really have to, you know, do some magic in here, but this is gonna be very tricky. Knowing that Cignal Ultra has actually a really great side laner in here, which is the Yaku. What Yaku is using, the Hellcard. But let's look at the fight here in the Lord area at the moment, where everyone actually tries to get a steal on that. But do be mindful in the middle lane.
Oh, here comes Few. He just managed to try to pick off Carl there, but it got protected. But Yaku just managed to wail down onto Dale. That's one less player on the side of Finesse Solid. But all 5 of Cignal Ultra are still alive. Few finding an opening here. Looks like the Lord will be secured really by Cignal Ultra. This won't be contested anytime soon, as Few just keep tabs on Finesse Solid. And the time is running out for Finesse Solid. They need to regroup. They need to find the farm that they left in salvage situation. A level 2 Lord is not a joke.
Definitely not a joke, as this can dish out more damage. Although still squishy though, you know, every progress that you take from the Lord really counts. It counts.
Hellcurt also doubles on the Lord currently in this
Yes.
situation. So it's two big factors coming in favor of Cignal Ultra. Here comes Cignal Ultra going for the invade. Boo tries to desperately defend here, but Few is just not dropping low. He's also going for the aggression here as Thorn Rose faces him out. Back to the game. All five still alive. Blazing Duet gets connected as well as Numenon Blast. But Cignal Ultra, they're dropping low here. Looks like Finesse may manage to just do the defense.
man,
but
just
no,
throw!
the Nexus gets focused down.
Easy kill or easy win. Not that easy, but you know, the moment that they got the Lord, I think this is the second Lord of the game, and they got the base of Finesse solid, all bare, no turns at all, nothing to defend. You know, they knew they had a chance. They have to. They just basically have to focus fire on the throne, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, that's the advantage of having a Hellcurt. Once you have that level 2 Lord and you have a sizable amount of advantage, you just go in and take the Nexus, and that's it.
Yes, indeed. And of course, congratulations to Team Cignal for winning 2-1 against Finesse. And I think we'll be able to see some highlights later on. But of course, with this result, though, we can see Cignal Ultra getting 2 points. So they got a total of 15 points now. They are now in the 3rd ranking, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the upper bracket. So yeah, that's really great sign for Cignal Ultra that they're on the upper bracket. But yeah, going back to this result screen, you can see Yako focusing on the turrets all alone. That yellow bar in there tells us that he's doing all the objectives.
Almost half of the damage done to the turret and a Nexus came from him. During the start, he had a really rocky start. He wasn't doing a reasonable amount of push as he keeps getting screened by Levi on the top lane. So Hellcurt just managing to time himself properly, just being patient and just not losing it. He still managed to just go online in the middle game and just go all the way to the Nexus.
And there we go. We can see some replays in here wherein they're actually getting ganked early on in the bottom lane. They know. Cignal Ultra knew that, you know, they have to not make this Dale go online at all, because this squad is going to be very deadly if they allow him to go online, go well fed, and they just didn't let it happen.
Yeah, it was at this point that I thought Finesse Solid was taking it. Yaku just not pushing any turrets yet in his lane, and he just got picked off in that middle team fight. And now here, I think this was the turnaround point where they tried to just take on a Lord, and Yaku just getting kills left and right, which made him go back into the game, put him back into the picture. At the same time, a slight number of misplays from Finesse Solid. So Cignal Ultra just kept their cool. They still, and then they walked
and this
on
is
to
the
the
scary
game.
part wherein the Hellcurt actually wanting to go straight
this one.
forward. The throne. Unfortunately, though, the throne was full health, and there were a few creeps in there to support Yako, but in case there were actually creeps in there, that could actually lead to a potential early end of the game.
And that was the game for Cignal Ultra versus Finesse Solid. This is our MVP,
Joe,
D, on his favorite Joe.
hero.
He's currently the #1 Joe player right now, and he's also the #1 tank in the league.
Nice. That's for season 2. Well, of course, congratulations once again to Cignal Ultra. You are currently on the top 3 on our rankings for this regular season. More to come. I mean, we still have matches later on as well as tomorrow. So the rankings are not yet final. We're just updating you as the matches go on. Then again, that was Cignal Ultra. That was Cignal Ultra versus Finesse Solid. We have been your casters. I'm Kaysaya.
And I am Zendex.
We'll see you again, guys, in a few minutes.
Unhesitatingly